I actually did not get an opportunity to see this interview previously in the week, but when Brian Cashman was sitting down talking about the Yankees roster right now, he's talking about additions. They didn't add anybody. These are players that they had last season. Part of me is still very hopeful with this Yankees team. They still have a very solid base, but we know that they're missing a lot of players to start the season because of injuries. Cole, Rodon, yes, Volpe. And not to keep using Volpe as an example here, but Brian Cashman was stated here in this interview that I will play at the end. We like Volpe. The injury had a lot to do with his issues. And yes, I completely agree with that. The injury affected his defense. But his offense has pretty much been exactly the same his first 3 years with the Yankees. Well below average OPS plus, a terrible slugging, bad batting average, a lot of strikeouts. The injury did not affect his offense at all, and I disagree with him completely on that aspect. And here it is. This is the update on the Yankees' current roster going into 2026 as we stand today. Obviously, this could change with the signing of Bellinger, which would still be a return from last season, but a return that would be most welcome.
You said you were going to ask him about Bellinger and Tucker.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I might as well ask you about left-handed power bat. Yeah, I know how much you like Bellinger. Tucker's out there. How important is it for you, Cash, to get a left-handed power bat?
I don't know if it's important to get a left-handed power bat because we have a good team right now. We've got some important players that we have lost off our team that was good, but the team that we currently have is good. We are left-handed pretty strongly. One thing that Belly did for us was he hit lefties and righties and had a lot of contact. So even though he's left-handed, it didn't play that way. So on the predominant side.
Brian, I'm going to go with Garrett Cole. And how soon can we see him back on the bump doing his thing for you?
Somebody can push May. It's to me, I always, it could be June.
Okay.
Listen, he'll be ready when he's ready. No one's going to outwork him. He's prepared both mentally and physically at all times. So we'll see where it takes us. But ultimately, we are vulnerable early on, because of Rodon's surgery and Cole's surgery. So that's one of the reasons we brought Yarborough in, and we are also having conversations about potentially how can we protect ourselves in the starting rotation.
Dominguez was a can't-miss prospect. You're envisioning what from him in 2026?
That's another guy, too. I should have mentioned Dominguez. That guy can run.
Yeah.
But he could have been a football player, but he grew up in the Dominican. But, he's built like a running back. Mm-hmm. But anyway, what do I envision from him?
Yeah.
As of right now, spring training started today. I would think, in theory, he'd have to win the job again, but he's got the leg up to be the everyday left fielder. And he would have been playing more last year, but out of the blue, Grisham became this, borderline all-star.
Yeah.
And had an amazing run. So next thing you know, you got Belly, Judge, and Grisham in the outfield. And Dominguez got to sit because we're trying to win, and the manager's job is to play your best. And so, hard to say he should have been playing over any of these guys, but most other places he'd be getting reps every day. So I would think going in, if spring training started today and we didn't do anything else, he's probably more likely our everyday left fielder.
And Cash, in the same vein, expectations for Anthony Volpe. Do you chalk up a lot of his issues during the year to the shoulder? How do you look at his 2025?
Yeah, I think he's a good player. I think that sometimes things are going on physically with someone more than they or even with the MRIs and all that stuff. You treat the patient, not the MRI. And in the end, once he wound up having the shoulder surgery, Dr. Chris Ahmad said when he opened him up, it was worse than what the MRI looked like.
I feel like that's the story with almost every single injury the Yankees actually have.
Personally, think that it had more effect on his season last year than anybody would have thought. So I think we have a very good player that I'm looking forward to getting back by May if everything goes right, and then turning him loose. And then again, the performance will tell you one way or the other. But I think he's a good player. We got to the World Series with him playing shortstop the previous year. He's clearly still developing, but if you got stuff holding you back, it's gonna bring you down.
Yeah, honestly, that's where we stand with the Yankees right now. No key additions, just a few subtractions. I'm looking forward to a full year of Cam Schlittler. Hopefully Cole and Rodon are back sooner than later, and the Yankees can mix and match and once again have another winning season.